Good job, me. Yay! The arrival of the swamp python frightened away the crawling Disneyans of the mire, but now that they are returning to satisfy their curiosity. Hordes of slithering lizard beasts gather at the edge of the floating morass, inching their way near as they assess your strengths and weaknesses. Relentlessly, you push your way through the soggy vegetation until you reach the jagged rock wall of the island, urged on all the way by the hissing chorus of swamp creatures. Oh, how nice of them to sing us through. Long streamers of moss-covered vines hang down the red rock wall in huge numbers, inviting you to climb onto the plateau above. After an uncertain ground of the swamp, the hard, jagged rock is a welcome relief. You make good progress, reaching the top just as the sun is sinking into the sea of scarlet mist that shrouds the eastern Danarg. In the failing light, you discover a trail that winds northwest through the knee-high foliage. Do you have the Medicaid discipline of pathmanship? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Even in the failing light, you can see that this trail is frequently used. The spongy vegetation is crushed flat, and a profusion of tracks are imprinted in the loomy soil. The tracks were made by man-sized creatures, barefoot and web-toed. Close to the main trail winds another, less obvious track. For some reason, someone or something has gone to great lengths to keep this trail secret. If you wish to follow the well-trodden trail, or if you wish to follow the secret trail. I'm going to follow the secret trail, because that's what we do. We follow secrets. We're secret followers of trails. A full moon and a cloudless sky make your passage along the secret path much easier. It follows the tortuous route through the tall plants, around mossy mounds full of crawling insects, past the dark entrances to the underground warrens, and skirts the fringe of a thicket of trees. Pydo halts and crouches down, ignoring the bloated spiders that scuttle around his knees, and points through a gap in the trees to a settlement of crudely made huts. Dark shapes move between them, human once but far from human now. Gragrim, whispers Pydo with fear in his voice, the man-beasts of the Danarg. Okay. In the distant past, the Gargrim were gentle primitive folk who lived as one with the animals and the birds, cared for by the elder Magi in the jungle paradise. But the Danarg has changed, and so too have the Gargrim, poisoned by the evil of the conquered land. If you wish to approach the huts... No! What? Why? Why would I do that, book? No, I'm just gonna keep on going. Yes, I love more pain. It's great. Let's go. An hour passes and you breathe a sigh of relief, glad to have left the Gargrim settlement far behind. You forego a rest and press on along the track until you reach a promontory of rock on the northwestern tip of the island. There you stop and snatch a few hours of sleep while you wait for the dawn. Day breaks, and the view it brings fills you with awe. Perched on the rocky peak, you can see the sheer vastness of the swamp in all its frightening glory for the first time. Pydo activates the Star Guider and scans the horizon, but even before the telltale click is heard, your eagle eyes have spotted the glint of the temple's Cornelium spire. To the west, beyond the sea of sticky green black vegetation, stands the Temple of Horaido, imprisoned but unaffected by the swamp. The howl of the Gargrim echoes across the island as you make your descent by rope and vine to the wetlands below. You reach the rocky base and set off across the mudflats, following the Star Guider's signal now that the spire is hidden by swamp mists. Pick a number on the random number table, 0 through 5 or 6 through 9. Okay. By the way, I have 4 more endurance points. I'm up to 25. Huzzah! Random time 3. Alright. Let's see what horrors the random number table chose for us this time. Up. If that picture's any indication, I guess it's spiders. Around a pool of slimy water are gathered a group of vine coils, hollow and funnel-shaped like gigantic rusty springs. They support a huge spider's web. There is no sign of the web's maker, although judging by the size of the rope-like strands, it must be a creature of enormous size. You give the pool a wide berth before finding your way back to where the Star Guider signal is strongest. A creeping bank of mist rolls across your path, and the maker of the web looms out of it. Pydo stifles a cry as the hairy abomination scuttles towards you, its venomous maw poised to bite. If you wish to fight the creature, you wish to evade it. What the hell? Let's fight it. The gigantic spider closes in for the kill, its fangs dripping with sticky black venom and its coal black eyes glinting greedily as it savors your scent. You have a bow. Yes, I do. Do you wish to use it? Indeed, I do. Waiting until the last possible moment, you release your arrow, sending it burrowing deep into the creature's eye. It roars with pain, its legs scrambling in the mud as it sways and then crashes down in a mighty splash. You do not wait to see if your shot proved fatal, but shoulder your bow and follow Pydo as he picks up the signal from the temple spire. Man, the bow has proven extremely useful in this book. Good job, bow. Alright, after you encounter with the Tan spider, Tan, T-A-A-N, so I guess it's the name, not the color, you are both in need of rest. You stop and recover your strength. You must eat a meal or lose 3 endurance points. You know what? I know I have the discipline of hunt mastery, but I think anything I find in here would be rather disgusting, so I'm just going to eat a meal from my backpack. Why not? Pydo is optimistic that you will reach the temple by sundown if you can avoid encountering any more of the Danarg's hostile inhabitants. Okay? It is late afternoon when you see the Temple of Orido rising majestically out of the swamp mists and tangled vegetation. The sight of this towering ziggurat is so breathtaking that you are both stunned into silence as you feast your eyes upon the untarnished splendor. Tier upon tier of gleaming white stone shaped and formed into perfect symmetry confront you. Huge foundation slabs support the level carved of golden rock, inlaid and decorated with gemstones. Above the sit strata of precious metals, and then levels made up of crystal slabs, whose facets refract the colors of the rainbow. Upward climb tiers of ruby, sapphire, and emerald that offer up a wedge of shaped sapphire of pure chronoleum crystal to the sky. At its base, the swamp has shrunk back as if repelled by the radiant goodness of the temple. A perimeter of lush grass leads to the staircase of solid amber. You follow Pydo as he ascends towards the pair of huge triangular doors set in the second level. Everywhere, the glitter of gemstone and the gleam of precious metals radiate a purity unspoiled by the Danarg. Pydo completes the complex procedure that opened the great doors taught to him by the elder Magi in preparation for this mission. They part as you enter, stepping on the floor of the glistening gold. Stepping on a floor of glistening gold, a floor that has lain undisturbed for several thousand years. Yay! The great doors close with a whisper. You follow Pydo along the corridor of gleaming silvery metal that dazzles your eyes to a hall carved from solid crystal. Icicles of diamond hang from its ceiling and reflect in a floor set with mosaics of thousands of shimmering squares. Approach the crystal dais, Lone Wolf instructs Pydo, pointing to the radiant circular plateau of pure quartz. But even as his words leave his lips, you are already walking towards the plinth, drawn by a strange compulsion. Yeah, don't you tell me what to do, I know what to do. I'm a Kai Lord. I'm a boss. I'm hearing voices in my head. Leave me alone. You mount the dais, and a flood of golden light pours down from above, bathing you in its warm, cleansing rays. You raise your cupped hands as if offering up an invisible gift, and a tingling sensation runs the length of your arms and spreads throughout your body, giving you an incredible sense of well-being. A ball of sparkling light is taking shape in your hands. It condenses into a radiant crystal filled with golden fire. It is the lore stone of Orido. Yay! Restore your endurance points to the Yay! To original level. Sweet. Turn to page 239. Alright. The light fades and you step down from the dais, your senses aglow with a newfound wisdom and strength. Having witnessed the fulfillment of your quest, Pydo beams with joy as you return to his side. He congratulates you and bids you follow him as he turns towards the archway of the silver set in the crystal walls of the chamber. Come, Lone Wolf, we have a long journey ahead of us. We must leave without delay. The thought of returning to the dangers of the Danarg fill you with dread. Pydo senses your anxiety. Don't look so dismayed, he says, smiling. The temple will provide the means for our safe return. You'll see. Intrigued by his answer, you follow in silence as he leads you through the archway and up a long flight of marble stairs to another chamber, also constructed of crystal, but veined in the marble that glistens like liquid fire. It is solid corallium. At the center of the chamber, its hull resting on a cradle of steel, is a Levitron, an ancient skyship. Like everything else that you have seen in this wondrous temple, the craft is untarnished by time. Pydo ushers you aboard and prepares to power the craft. A shudder runs through the hull as the engines rise in pitch, and slowly it lifts from the bed of steel. The chamber is built in the spire of the temple, and the roof now slides open to allow the Levitron to rise into the darkening sky above the Danarg.